This is one of my favorite questions. So the question is, how do you define a definition of done if you aren't 100% sure what the solution is going to look like? And I would say easy, because the definition of done has nothing to do with the solution. Absolutely zero to do with the solution that you're trying to create. The definition of done is the level of quality that each thing needs to meet in order for it to be an even viable solution, right? So let's use an analogy, because that's always great for these things. Let's say you've decided to quit your job in this IT or whatever malarkey you're in at the moment, and you are going to go open a bakery, right? You're going to go open a bakery. In this bakery, you've decided that your new products that you're going to ship in this bakery are donuts and baguettes, right? Donuts and baguettes have very different recipes. One's made with sugar and one's made with salt, right? So if you have these two different products that have different characteristics, you could say that you have a different recipe for each one. You have a different characteristics you would like each one to be, right? Let's call them acceptance criteria. In order for you to accept your donut is in fact a donut, it normally has to be round, it has a hole in the middle, or no hole in the middle if it's filled with something, right? It should be fried and dusted with sugar, right? Donuts, very tasty, right? The other tasty thing is baguettes. If a baguette looked like a donut, that would be a bit weird. I'm not going to fry my baguette and dust it with sugar, right? What I am going to do is I'm going to create long tubes of dough. Tubes, that's not the right word. Long rods of dough that then go in the oven, and you need to cut it in a particular way to get that kind of twisty thing that you see on the top, and they want to be golden brown, and they're not sweet, right? Those are maybe some characteristics, some definitions of acceptance criteria for baguettes. Make sense so far? Okay. What needs to be true for both of those products in order for you to ship it to customers? Not specific to any particular thing you're shipping in your bakery. What needs to be true for both of those things? I would suggest kitchen is clean at time of preparation. That would be good. You could swap that out with meets local health standards, right? All ingredients are fresh at time of preparation, right? You don't want to be making with moldy or poor quality products, right? The better quality the product input, the better quality the output. And each batch is taste tested before it goes on the shelf, before it goes on sale. There's your definition of done. And those three things have nothing to do with what your bakery's creating. A bakery, in fact, I would suggest that those three things should be true for any kitchen in the world preparing any type of food, right? Once your bakery decides to add some meat products, right? Let's say you want to have some kind of pie, steak pie or something you're going to sell as well. Suddenly you might need to add an extra thing to your definition of done, and that might be heated to the appropriate temperature, right? Because you want to cook the meat, you don't want people to get salmonella and all of those nasty germs. You need to kill the germs. But that new definition of done, cooked to the appropriate temperature, still applies to donuts and still applies to baguettes, right? So all four of those things can then be true for every single thing you create in your kitchen. That's the definition of done. It's about quality of the product. How do we ensure that we don't make our customers sick, that we don't make put ourselves out of business that we have happy and successful customers. That's your definition of done. So it has nothing to do with what you're making in your kitchen. So let's apply that to software world, right? What needs to be on your definition of done for you to be sure that you're protecting your customers, that you're protecting your brand, that you're protecting your business, and you're protecting yourselves? What needs to be true? That would be your definition of done. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, follow, and subscribe. I always reply to comments, and if you want to have a chat about this or anything else Agile, Scrum, or DevOps, then please book a coffee with me through Naked Agility.